After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 347. Today is Saturday, March 9th, 2019. As we are recording, I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Vertico.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome you to the Fun in the Woman Cave, but before we get started, apparently Talia did not get herself a napkin, so excuse me while I get myself one.
I didn't think you actually heard me. Thank you. She'll be right back.
I heard you. I just wasn't going to be rude when I was doing my introduction and stop in mid-sentence. I actually listen when you talk.
I spoke so softly, though.
Okay. Anyway, I want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Vertico. This is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. And we want to welcome you for the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you are new, we're glad that you found us, and we hope that you will continue coming back, that you find something you like. If you are returning, we're always glad to see you back and have you back here. And if you are in the shadows, please feel free to come out of the shadows if you'd like. Join the Ravelry group, Pen, Hook, and Needles, and the YouTube channel. I always forget what it's called. The YouTube channel. I'm not sure where you're watching, but most likely you're watching on YouTube. So, just press your little subscribe button on your right. And hit the little bell so you can get notifications. We do have several new members this week. It's exciting.
Do we want to welcome new members before we say tea?
I always do.
I don't remember.
Yes, I think I always do. I don't like to get off my roll. Okay, we have Gracie's mom, 62, who is Laura. Welcome,
Hi.
Laura. We have Kira Kitty, who is Kelly. Welcome, Kelly.
Hi.
We have Knitter Boy, 472, who is Andrew. Welcome, Andrew.
Welcome.
And then we have the Carrie Ann, who is Carrie Ann. Welcome, Carrie Ann.
Welcome.
So we're glad to have you with us officially. We love having you regardless of whether or not you're official, but we would really like you to be eligible for prizes and giveaways and things like that. And for that, you do have to be a member of the group on Ravelry. We don't do anything as of yet on YouTube, but please do join the group on Ravelry so you can enjoy the support the camaraderie and also be eligible for the prizes and giveaways and things like that. That's where all the cows and things happen. Yeah. Cows. Okay, tea.
Yes.
Today we are boring, and I put my list away, so my packet away, so Ty is going to have to tell us what it is.
You still show you your mug first.
Why?
Because you have more projects than I.
How many projects do you have? 4.
Oh
yeah, I guess I do have more projects.
I figured it would be pretty hard for you to have less projects than me.
Okay, this is what my daughter's head looks like. It's an oboe, in case you are new. And that's a long, drawn-out thing. Is my tea. And Ty, I need you to tell me what it is because I put my envelope away.
You have Gingerbread Chai Tea by Plum Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go into the ingredients when I show mine.
When she shows hers, because we have the same thing today. So, that's what this is. We both needed ginger today.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good. And I don't have to taste hers because mine is the same.
Yes.
And you don't have to taste mine because it's the same.
Exactly. So, this is what my head looks like. Hold on, my handle's the wrong direction. Is my Gingerbread Chai Tea by Plum Deluxe.
This is seasonal, isn't it?
It is seasonal, I believe. Spicy and comforting like a favorite blanket. Pair with winter rituals and comforting traditions. It's got black tea, honeybush tea, cinnamon, orange peel, ginger, cardamom, allspice, clove, black pepper, calendula, flavor essence, joy and gratitude, has caffeine.
Oh, you got caffeine today? Yeah.
I couldn't find my just plain ginger tea.
You said you had it at the office probably, right?
Yeah.
I need to pick up some more, what's it called, Sweet Spot tea, because apparently I ran out of it and didn't get any more. Okay. So we don't have to go into changing, to tasting each other's, but it is good. Very, very good.
I guess I should taste the ginger a little bit, so that's good.
Mm.
I've been having more issues with taste and smell, so.
Now, I did get to several comments this week. I didn't get all of them like I wanted to because we were gone Thursday.
We weren't gone Wednesday.
We were gone Thursday and most of Friday, so it took out a big chunk of my being able to answer YouTube and Ravelry and stuff because I didn't have computer access. We were in New Jersey getting her appointments done.
Someone asked last week or the week before
about your shawl.
This shawl.
Mm-hmm.
This is one knit by Laura Smoot. So I can't.
That's Spinning Laura.
Spinning Laura. I cannot remember the name of the pattern.
It's in a magazine or something.
She said she lengthened it, I thought.
Yeah, she did some kind of alterations to it. It looks awesome.
But it's very comfy.
Did she say if she... Is this Miss Babs' yarn or did she...
Oh, it's all Miss Babs.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
This is Field Mouse down here, and I can't remember what this is. But I recognize this one right off the bat.
Right.
Because I love this colorway.
Right. It's very nice.
I almost made a design out of this colorway.
And I asked her where to find the pattern, and it's only in a magazine.
Yes.
Which is a pain in the neck.
But it's very comfortable.
Did she change some of the spacings of these? I forget what she changed.
I feel like she changed the edging.
Yeah, I don't remember, but she's so talented. She just,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what that is. I want to thank everybody who made comments on my husband's artwork. He was very pleased with all the comments. We appreciate the fact that you are so generous with your compliments. Thank you. Okay.
He's currently making one for my office.
Yes. Okay. Now, in other groups, we have, upcoming...
You're too far away. Move closer.
Watch my arm.
Sorry, move closer.
Okay.
You're too far away.
Wish it. Okay.
And you're almost off camera anyway.
Okay, now, in...
That's a little better.
I have to be able to reach my stuff. In upcoming. I'm sorry, I apologize for being a little distracted. I'm catching up on sleep from the trip. So, all right. Upcoming, we have the Autism Awareness, which starts in April, and that's 3 months. That's from April, May, June, through June. And then we also have the Sparkle as the Star You Are, which is also going to be April through June. And then PHN T and Entails will be continuing, as always, through the whole year. In other groups, we have, let's start with Crocheting Hoovian, that's Laura. She has a creature feature Cowl, and she has the Whip It Good. I don't know, something else she might have. I forget what the other thing is. I guess that's all she has. If she doesn't, she has a podcast group. She has a group on Ravelry, and you can find her rules there, and you can find who she's co-hosting with or who's co-hosting with her, and how long the alongs last. I just don't want to prolong the rules and things too much because we have so many people now that we're shouting out their alongs, so we want to move along. So she's those are very good. She's a wonderful podcast. As we've said repeatedly since the beginning of the year, if we are mentioning it, we think that they're good or we think you might be interested in them. And she is a podcast person. She has a Crocheting Hoovian podcast. Now, the Diary of the Physicist Farm Gal podcast, that is Dockfire Woman. That's, I want to say, Deborah, not Pam, Deborah. And she has several going. The 2019 Kid or Get Her Done, I Like Big Shawls and I Cannot Lie. The 2019 Farmers Almanac Make-Along. Creature Feature with Laura Concert. Okay, and that one, I will say that it's divided into 4 quarters. So I think this quarter is sea creatures. But it doesn't matter what you make, but you get double chances at a prize for an FO if it's a sea creature. And
for this quarter?
For this quarter, yes. This is Amigurumi. Okay. Oh, and she also has Never Have I Ever. That's the one I always forget. Okay. And she's also a podcast group on Ravelry. She's a podcaster. Very fun to watch and very informative. The Comforting Crafts group is B-Wing. She is not a podcast, but she's amazing. She's very charity-oriented. And she has What Are You Reading? I think it's 19 hats in 2019, 52 dishcloths, and color work. So that's a lot of fun.
She's been on a color work tear. She's been doing a lot of ornaments.
Oh, has she?
Mm-hmm. She'll Facebook message them to me.
Mm-hmm. I hope she's putting them in our group, for whatever she can make.
I don't know. I'm very inactive on Ravelry.
Other
than reading people's comments.
I'm trying to keep up with the the volume of mail on the alongs, and I'm just very impressed with how active people are. Mm-hmm. And I was very active on the Ready Set Go, I think it was, and then we had to go to New Jersey, and I did a little bit on the Tea Entails, but again we had to go to New Jersey. So I am looking at them all, and I love all the participation.
It's not just like we travel 4 hours, sit for a little bit, and then travel home 4 hours. We travel 4 hours or so, and I was in the waiting room probably about 6 hours before I was actually seen. Mm-hmm. And then we ended up driving home.
Well, actually,
after a side stop.
Yeah, we stopped at my parents' house because they're about an hour away from the appointment in Pennsylvania. They're in Pennsylvania. And so my dad had his 81st birthday, the 7th. So that was the day of the appointment. So we took him out to breakfast the next day before we left to come home. Mm-hmm. So needless to say, we were tired and we were busy, so we were unable to get to the threads. Mm-hmm. So I apologize. Okay, the next group is the Bee's Knees group. That's Studio Von Design, who is Bonnie. And she has 19 in 2019. Okay, 19 whatever. Okay, I wonder if it's okay if we just put 19 projects in.
I don't know, you have to ask her.
I have to ask her, yeah. Okay, in the Never Cast Off podcast group, that's Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila. And they are podcasting again. They are a podcast group. And Bonnie is not, but Never Cast Off is. And they have a lot of things going on. And just check and see. They have Stash. I keep forgetting what it's called. Track Your Stash.
No, it was interesting. One of my my telepsychiatrists, for the ones I work with, she's from Australia originally. She said apparently Sheila's not a nice thing to call a woman.
No, but you know what they call it? If you look on, I think it's Outback, they have Sheila on the door for the.
Yeah, but it's an Americanized. They probably don't necessarily realize it's not nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what she's saying. And,
wow.
That's not necessarily the nicest thing to say.
Well, I wouldn't know. Okay, but anyway, so
at least that's what I understood from her.
They have Tracking Stash, and I think they might have something going with Debbie's new pattern, the babushka. I think they have a shawl, something with a shawl too. I think it's a crocheted shawl. So check it out. They have a lot going on, and I think they have a lot of things in the works. So you might want to see what they're doing. Vanilla Sock Pig podcast group is Vanilla Sock Pig, who is Stephanie, and I think she's got 3 episodes up now, and she's got the multiple myeloma.
I'm just moving the camera a little bit because Mom's still a little bit.
She's the multiple myeloma cowl. With her cowl, she means craft along. Okay, not just crochet along. So you can check that out. I believe the colors are red and burgundy. Or burgundy. She's accepting any shades of red that you're going to participate. It should be the majority of some shade of red. Kind of like our cardiac awareness was.
Right.
So that's awesome, and she's fun to watch. She's very talented with color work. She showed her color work mitts, and I was speaking to her. I showed it on Instagram, and I was speaking to her in a VCAN the other day, and I said, Stephanie, when did you start this? I think she had started like a week before I talked to her. I swear she finished a pair of color work mitts in 2 weeks or something like that. The woman is absolutely amazing in terms of her knitting ability and her skills with color work and things like that. Absolutely amazing. Packing Knits Design Group, who is Heidi. I think it's Packing Knits 1.
She is on Ravelry.
Ravelry, okay. And she's doing a coaster swap, and I'm glad to see that it's picked up a little steam. That's awesome. We're glad to see that. And she is a podcaster also on Ravelry and on YouTube, so you might want to check her out. She's fun. She talks all about her animals, and she's kind of like Dogfire Woman, where she's got chickens and peacocks and trees, kind of the tropical variety. I think she has like lemon or lime trees or something. I can't keep track of it, but it's kind of fun to listen to both her and Dogfire Woman. They're like different types. I think Dogfire Woman has cattle and sheep or something. Or I know she's got like mini horses or mini mules or something. She has all these interesting animals. So,
sorry, inside joke.
Okay, so that anyway, you might want to check her out. Okay, and I think that's all I have to say about that. Do you have anything else?
Nope, I'm boring.
Yes, you are. Okay. PHN T entails. Okay, we are finished with 2 months. So that's pretty fast. Of the T entails Cowl, Cowl, Lao. And we have a wonderful co-host for this. It's Cappy. Cappy is from the Yarn and I podcast, and her podcast group is the Yarn and I Cappy, I believe. She's amazing to watch. And there's a dedicated thread in our group to Cappy because she has some offers for discounts for her shawl kit, for her T entails shawl. And there's a substantial discount for that kit in that dedicated thread. And there's also a 15% discount for anything in her shop for our group only in that dedicated thread. Okay, so you have to be part of our group and part of hers, okay? So check that out. Okay, that's cool. But going on to the T entails, this runs from January 1st to December 31st. They must be knit. The project must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips are allowed as long as they're worked on during the along. They don't have to be finished, but they should be worked on. If they're not worked on, then you can't be eligible. Okay. Chatter and pictures are on the same thread, and they must be tied in some way, shape, or form to T and or tails. And it's 1 whip per project per week, and the FO whenever it's finished. I was going to say the 50-yard rule. That's kind of something we added this year for our longs because so many people do really intricate kind of projects, and I have no problem with small projects, but if it's less than 50 yards, please put 2 of them in there or put it with a larger project or whatever so that it's fair. And you guys have been amazing with that, and if you have questions about it, check it out. If you can't figure it out, just be on the safe side. We trust you. You guys are amazing. So, okay.
Why is he facing the back of the couch? Is he in timeout?
No, he's not. Maybe he doesn't want to face the bunny bottom. Okay.
Is he being Hans today instead of Krista?
Yes. Okay, now, okay, let me see where I was at here because I got sidetracked. Okay, as always, we do have featured patterns and featured yarns. The featured yarns are Lady Fernicle Creations and the Yarn and I, okay? And they either have to be tied to the T and Tails theme, or you use them with a pattern that's tied to the T and Tail theme, or you name the project that somehow related to T and Tails. And I cannot speak today. Apparently, I need caffeine. Let me see here. Okay, now those are the yarns. Okay, now the patterns are anything by Franciscan Gypsy Designs, Joanna Johnson, Mom Cook, Crocheting Hoovian, Studio Von Designs. I think that's everybody for this along. That they have to be related to T and or tails to be eligible for the second chance at a prize. But by that I mean for the second chance at a prize as a featured pattern, I mean that it has to have that in its pattern name, okay? Because it's as a featured pattern. If you want to use a pattern that's not, it's like if you used Laura Concert's, let me see, what's one of hers? She has a hat that's not related to T and Tails. If you use that with one of my yarns that is T and Tails, then you get 2 chances at a prize, not 3, because even though she's a featured pattern. But if you use my yarn for her Hufflepuff, then you get the 3, because that is a T and Tails reference. Okay? I hope that's not too unclear. If
You
you have
probably could have found something in my patterns and had it a little bit
I
more.
probably
clean.
could, but I can't think right now.
I can't think more.
I can't think. So, if you have any questions, just ask. Three chances at a prize if you marry my yarn or Cappy's yarn to one of those patterns that are related to tea and or tails. Okay, for the featured object, for the finished object only. And we went over the prizes, so I'm not going to do that because we did that last week. All right. The Ready Set Go Cowl is almost finished. We have about a month to go. Well, I guess we have a month and a half, don't we?
I don't know.
This is February or March? This is March. Yeah, we have about a month. Less than a month to go.
Yeah.
Less than a month to go for this along. So this one, the rules were basically the same, except that you were allowed to frog in January, which you're not allowed to anymore.
I mean, you can frog, but it won't count for
You won't
anything.
count, yeah. If
No, you cannot frog the rest of the year.
If
Sorry,
you
you
start-
have to keep all your projects.
If you started something January 1st, when you start the stuff for January 1st, you can post your whips, one whip per project per week, as we said, as long as the project was started January 1st or later of this year, okay? Because it is the start all the things. And we have a lovely co-host for this as well. That is LNS Crafts, who is Lorraine, and she does have a podcast. She's very fun to listen to. She's very soothing, and she is fearless. She tries everything. She makes me...
We were going to tell her that name of that brioche pattern.
it wasn't LNS. It was...
I thought it was Ellis we were talking to, because she was fearless.
Well, if it was, it's the Dryden pattern.
Yeah.
By Ninja Chickens, because I just wrote it down for... Who was it I just wrote it for? I think it was Sylvie.
Yeah, but the person, Sylvie was asking about it because we were talking to Ellis Crafts.
Okay, I don't remember.
Yeah, because you were talking about how fearless she was.
Is the Dreidin or something? If you look in the thread, I responded to somebody. I think it was Sylvie, but I'm not sure. Because she said she loved brioche. There's a picture in there now with a link to the pattern by Ninja Chickens. I think it's called...
I think it's a Dryken.
Dryken, maybe it's Dryken, yeah.
I feel like it's a Dryken.
It's in there. It's correct because
I can't remember how to spell it.
I took it directly from her project page.
Mm-hmm.
So because Ninja Chickens told us what it was on YouTube. So it's a really pretty pattern. She has some wonderful patterns. I was looking there. She has some pretty color work. You need to check her out. Mm-hmm. She's very, very talented.
Yeah, I first ran into her patterns on the Bakery Bears. Patron only group because it was a new design at that time, the Dryken.
Yeah,
and it's a huge shawl.
It's absolutely
green
gorgeous.
lace and brioche, and I wish I had the focus to be able to do something.
I wish I could do something like that too, but right now I can't. It's just beautiful. I think it's lace and brioche, isn't it?
It's lace and brioche. Yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely ginormous. I mean,
it's huge.
She's
and
got
it's
a picture.
fingering weight yarn.
Yeah, she's got a picture of herself. I think it's herself. I think she's holding it like this, and it goes all the way down.
It goes
almost
below
to
her
knees.
knees.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, and okay, let's move on now.
That's one of those things. Like, I don't even necessarily want the experience of knitting it. I just want it
Yeah, I want it
because I can't handle the brain power right now. But I want it.
Yeah, someday I will. Yeah.
No, I just want it.
I
just want it to magically appear.
Yes, we'll talk to the knitting elves.
Yes, usually I want the experience. No, I just want that one.
Yeah. I don't like necessarily that much lace, so I just want it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, it would make a really pretty wedding shawl in white.
Yes, I agree with you.
It would be okay.
But I can't imagine brioche with white.
You have to do white and cream.
Right, either white and cream or white and one other color. I had that one friend who had green on her wedding dress as well,
or I would put like a pale blue because anything that's like I always think of wedding stuff as being very pale in terms of what you're wearing, white and that kind of stuff. I mean, the flowers can be whatever you want, but okay. The biscuit hat is a featured pattern. Taya's patterns are featured pattern. My yarn are featured yarn, and you know the drill about that. And the one whip per project per week. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Yada yada yada. Right? Can I date myself? Yada yada yada. Okay. I did not put down what the hashtags were. I did not say what they were. For this one, it's Ready Set Go PHN Ready Set Go 2019 and hashtag PHN Ready Set Go 2019 on Instagram. The entails is PHN T PHN T 2019, and then the hashtag in the front for Instagram. And the TNT is not spelled out. It's as in dynamite. Okay, so
isn't there a channel called TNT?
there used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it still is. Okay, and we have several prizes for that. You get to see them again next month. All right. Now the I'll be there for you, Cowl. I'm so excited. We have over like 250 posts in there. That makes me happy. That's my shawl. I'll be there for you. And thank you, Vani, for suggesting along. I'm so excited to see all the shawls. Some of them are really, really pretty. All of them are pretty, but some of them are gorgeous. I still love Sue's. Sue's got that green, and somebody has a gray one that's absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure who it was. And it just makes me happy. Some people have done it in my yarn, which I just... it makes me happy. So that's awesome. And if you do my yarn in that pattern, you do get 2 chances at a prize. I can't give you 3 chances because the pattern is what you're supposed to be doing. So,
right.
But so that's that. And we do have is a bunny. We do have a nice prize for that. It's a Lady Furnico Creations bundle of long sport weight yarn. Okay, now where are we here? Oh, there is still a 19% off coupon code. It's in the thread for my pattern if you still want to do this, and it's good through March 15th. So it's the 9th as we are recording, so you still have a few days if you want to use that coupon code to have the discount. Okay, and for those of you who have bought it or have made it, thank you very much. Yay. Okay, all right, moving on.
Yes, I only have 4 projects.
Okay, so that means 2 at a time for me. I think I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I was just telling Brittany on Facebook. Yeah, I had no idea how many you had.
I
don't even know what you worked on.
I did some at the bookstore while we were waiting, and I did some. I think that's basically when I picked up some stuff.
Well, I did work on projects. As I said, I did a lot of the same projects.
Right, and I did that, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do whatever. Okay, my first one is my...
And then I napped in the car, which took away some of my knitting time.
This is my Kiki Boo's Holiday Owls bag, and in this is my sherbet toddler hat, and this is a loom knit. I saw on Instagram, Beth, Steph Keith, Linnea, have you ever seen this? Mom Cook.
You didn't just see it on Instagram. I tagged it.
Yes, but it's a loom that is in the form of a cross, I guess, so you can decrease. Have any of you seen that? It's a Cindy Wood loom. Have any of you used it? I would like to know what you think about it. I'm going to get that with some of my birthday money because my husband got me a birthday gift and they never sent it, so he asked for a refund, so I get birthday money. And I'm going to maybe pick up one of those looms. I'm kind of excited about that. That would be kind of cool. It's a Cindy Wood loom, so I'd like to hear from you guys. And anyone else who loom knits who might have... how did I drop my stitch? Oops.
It's funny.
Wait a minute. Let me just catch that. Okay. Catastrophe averted. All right.
Catastrophe?
Catastrophe. So I made some progress on this. I just did a little bit of work on it. It is growing. And I think I'm going to... This is a 1/2 inch gauge, so I'm probably using the wrong yarn for this, which is why it's so light. But that's okay. Babies need hats in the summer, too, to protect their heads and to keep the heat from going out and all that kind of stuff. So... And the yarn I'm using is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Print in the sherbet stripe colorway. And that's my original name for it, you know. I think I have taken a picture of this, Talia. I'll check to make sure, but I think you can have it.
I keep meaning to make a delivery. I might have to actually have you at some point. I don't know. I can't seem to get out of work in time to make deliveries to the pregnancy center.
I have become the chauffeur and the person of doing things.
Because a lot of times I don't get out. I'm lucky if I get out before 6.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that's true. And then a lot of times she's tired, so if it's nice weather out, I'll do it for her.
Besides, then you get all the thanks and
I've done
smiles.
it. I've done it before.
Yes.
Even when you weren't having Okay, this is my Knitting's My Bag Autism Awareness Bag by lovely Lois. And this is my Sea Spray Shawl from the Tidal Wave Shawl pattern by Tamara Kelly. And this is, oops, is a bunny.
At me.
Excuse me while I have my tea. Okay, and I've made some progress on this. I like this. When I finish a row, it grows. So I like this.
It's crazy how that happens.
It's happy, but it's happiness. But some of my other projects don't do that, like knitting stuff.
Happiness is finding a pencil.
Okay.
Da, da,
Shush.
da, da.
Quiet, you.
Reference.
I know what the reference is. The thing is, do they know what the reference is?
Only
So-
if they're Robin. What? They could tell it's a song.
Ah!
Ah.
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 So there it is. It's, here, Ty, hold that in, please. Okay. So you can see it is definitely, oops.
Interrupting the work of color.
Look at this.
It's very pretty. I am like, I feel like I look like Ra's al Ghul. Have you seen him in the comics? And his hair does that.
I think Liam Neeson might be a little upset with
Liam
you.
Neeson didn't get the hair right.
Liam
In the
Neeson-
comics, his Ra's al Ghul's hair does this.
Liam Neeson looks good all the time.
But he didn't get the Ra's al Ghul weird hair thing.
All right?
Yeah, I got a little dizzy.
All right. You sure you're right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not dizzy, just a little off. But yeah, I feel like I look like Ra's al Ghul because it's not under control. And I'm past the Wolverine stage. I've moved into the Ra's stage.
This is how we measure things by comic book people. Anyway, this is how much I have left. So you can see I did do about, I don't know, a good portion of this. Maybe a quarter of what's left here. I did when I was working on it. So I'm hoping to finish some of these bigger projects soon so I can start like Cappy's shawl and the woodland shawl and things like that. My husband, why do you need another shawl?
Did you just do 3 in a row?
No, 2.
Oh, okay. I can't remember.
2.
I can't see it.
2.
Okay, my turn.
Okay.
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 All right. So, my first one did not get hardly any work done on it. That was correct, right? Did not get hardly any work done on it.
Got hardly any work done on it? I don't know.
I don't know.
If you say you did not get hardly any work done on it,
So it
that
sounds
means
like you got a lot of work done on it. So
double negative.
yeah. So no, it's not a
Not
double negative.
Well, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't say what I intend to say, but it's not double negative.
It just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
The grammar Nazis are confused today.
Supported by Lego Batman.
I don't like Lego Batman,
It's not the best Batman.
but I like that. It's cute.
Yes.
I'm not cute. I'm cool. You just can't see Batman being a headbanger. Just
Oh, heck no. I can't see Bruce being a headbanger ever.
But I do love Robin, the pants, and Batman like, oh, that's just wrong. Or whatever it is he said. I have to see that.
I don't know. I never saw it.
It's a very odd movie.
I'm a bit of a Batman snob.
A bit of a Batman snob? Shall you qualify that a little better?
So this is my On the Forest
I
Floor
hadn't done this one in a while.
by Simone Caride. It's the one that I happened to grab for the car, and then I barely worked on it.
Right. I like that blue. Is that Inkwell or is that...
That is Inkwell.
Okay.
These are Almost Babs yarns. Yes, this one is Almost Babs. The yellow is...
Squash Blossom.
Thanks, I'm sorry, my brain's not working. Green is Dragon's Flight. Blue is Inkwell.
How can we not know what that is? That's the only yellow you ever use for Miss Babs.
Yeah. And I don't think she has any in stock right now.
Yeah. She has two shawls of this kind that are in Miss Babs yarn only.
Yes. Well, then there's
Mine.
2 that are finished that are Miss Babs only as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my black one, black, gray, and red one. That one,
Right,
that one's
okay,
all Miss Babs,
right.
and so are the 3 blue ones. The one's 3 blues.
Right. The one that wasn't really your colors, actually my colors. All of them are my colors except that one. That's pretty too, though.
So
They're all mine.
actually, what the blue one was more Davina's.
Yes.
But
But it's a little pale for me.
But I do wear it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is I call the project Buttercups, Field of Buttercups and Bluebells or something like that.
It's on a project page.
It's on a project page. I can't remember.
Can't be bothered with names.
Yeah. I'm lucky I remember the pattern, the designer, and the yarns. And this is in my Silver Shed USA Tree Frogs bag. Not Kung Fu Frogs.
Kung Fu Frogs. Tree Turtles. Okay, this one you haven't seen in a while. This is in my Silver Shed USA large Eeyore bag.
This one's doing the splits.
It's my Eeyore bag. I thought I picked it up.
He's all like
here it is.
acrobatic and stuff.
Here's my Eeyore bag from Silver Shed USA because I love Anne. She is amazing. And I will show you some amazingness of her later on in acquisitions.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Schoolmarm Shaw project from the Easy A pattern by Laura Smoot. I pulled it out. I haven't worked on it in a while. The yarn is Miss Babs in the... This is not Vlad's. What is this?
That is what? Oh, no, that is,
Gotta Love You.
Yes.
Gotta Love Me.
Gotta Love Me.
colorway.
I haven't used that colorway in so long.
And I did a little work on this. I'll probably just work on it until I finish up Miss Babs. Which is the top? I think this is right. It's a garter stitch shawl. Isn't that pretty? Let me show you what it looks like in the skein. On the cake. Can you see the dark pops to it? Like really dark red, black.
What's this marking?
Oh, you fixed something there.
Then why'd you get the marker?
I just want to see that, to make sure that when it's done, to see if it looks any different.
You know that the farther you go, the less likely I am going to be...
I'm not going to ask you to fix it. I just want to see how it looks.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, that won't be making me happy.
No, I didn't ask you to. Because you already fixed it.
Oh, okay. It's just like...
Yeah. It's probably just being... In fact, I have a stitch marker right here. I noticed it when I put my jeans on or something.
You knocked
Can
Hans
you see?
over.
I got a stitch
Yes.
marker there. You can tell that I'm a knitter or a crafter because who else keeps stitch markers on their belt loops? You know?
Hans
So
says that rude people who knock him down and don't pick him up again
that's
do.
not Hans.
Well, he's feeling Hansy right now.
I don't like Hans. So that's what that is. I really like this. This is a very intuitive pattern that Laura Smoot has made. It's called, as I said, it's called the Easy A, and it's just that. It's easy. So I'm gonna. I have to see if this qualifies for Vanilla Sock Pigs along. I don't know if she's allowing whips. So I'll have to check. I think she is, but I don't want to force her to have to tell me to remove it. So I'll go look at the rules. Because
Okay, I picked up Kristoff even though you threw him on the ground. Don't put his beak
But he's
in my
kissing.
ear.
He's kissing. He's the kissing owl. Is this a kissing book? Yes, that is a reference. Oops. Okay.
Poking his beak into TMNB's rear end. That's rude.
How do I know that he wasn't sticking his tail in his face? There. Okay. All right. My next one is in my Valeria bag. My Valeria fruit bag. She must be busy in the garden now. It's starting to get, more spring-like. She starts getting busy.
I saw something on Instagram with pots and stuff.
She's always got pots and stuff going on in the, not that kind of pots. She always got pots and stuff going on with like seedlings and stuff like that. It's fun to watch her. She's very industrious. She has recipes and stuff. I have to check out her cooking site again, where she does her recipes and things. Okay. So I made some progress on this.
I have a feeling you'll wear this a lot once you have it done.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling I'm going to put another one right on the needles as soon as I get the color I want to put it in. I think I might do this in lavender Earl Grey, maybe. So I really like this. It's really pretty.
Why do you have that random mark there?
Where?
Is that just your right side marker?
Yes, my
Do you
right
really
side.
need a right side marker?
No, but
it's
I want-
kind of obvious.
I just wanted to have it there because Laura gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
I think Laura Concert gave it to me, so I wanted to have it there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're probably tired of us saying that reference.
probably no one else even noticed or cared for that reference.
It's such a
Random,
obscure reference. But I like it. And the yarn is just bare yarn. I got it from Heidi, some of it from Heidi, and some of it from my own supplier. Bulky weight yarn. Yeah, I need to do something in my own yarn that's not a toy.
You know, Doctor Strange's hair kind of does this in the comics, too.
It does. Are you finished being random? That was a non sequitur, you know. So there. Ha!
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 Mom and Davina are the queens of
No,
non-sequiturs.
Grandma is the queen of non
You're
sequitur.
right. Grandma's the queen. You guys are merely princesses.
So are you.
I'm not nearly as bad as you guys.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You just don't know because you're never fully aware.
Hey, that's mean.
Does it make it any less true?
And that's another reference without all the giggling.
Oh, he doesn't giggle.
No, he does not.
I think he was very affronted by that idea.
Yes.
Okay, it's your turn.
Okay.
That was very odd. They're probably scratching their heads, unless they are big fans.
Yes.
Okay, you might hear extraneous noise because I just heard my husband, because we got a late start today.
Yes, we did.
Oh, don't forget, by this time you probably either have forgotten or have not forgotten by the time you see this, but spring ahead, guys. Okay, clocks change Sunday.
Mm-hmm. If you're in an area where clocks change.
Yes, if you're in an area where clocks
I wonder
change.
if it changes at the same time for them overseas.
No, they already did it.
They already did
Kay
it?
and Dan have already done it.
Have they? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm way behind on everything podcasty.
I believe Kay and Dan have already done it because they were complaining about it.
Oh, okay. I know it really affects Kay.
Mm-hmm. Either they've already done it or it's coming up. They don't do it the same time we do. I remember because when we were in Europe it was different.
Okay.
But
I don't remember caring at that point in my life.
I don't know if the people in Australia and such have the time change the same. I don't think so.
Well, I think it's weird that Arizona doesn't.
Arizona doesn't know. And they're talking about, and every once in a while they bandy this idea about, why don't we just not do it anymore? We have lights.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. I would love to not have any more time change.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have so much trouble when we fall back because you get extra sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But as I get older, springing ahead is a little more difficult.
This is the first time I've done the spring ahead where I've not worked night shift in like 10 years.
Yeah, because this last one was your first fall back. Yeah. Okay, it's your turn.
Sorry. So, I have my dewlap cowl.
Somebody was saying that they wanted to do that, and I think
I actually
that was
feel
Sylvia,
like it might have been Sylvia.
Yeah, the same one who did the brioche pattern.
So, this is by Anne Kingstone. I think she said, Sylvia said she had started the hat.
Oh, she did?
I believe that's what she said.
She said she had the hat. I don't know if
Maybe
she
she
started
said she had it. I can't recall.
I don't remember. I can't be remembering things like that. It's not school.
When I was probably it was like from 6 to 8 or something, whenever I was asked a question I didn't know the answer, especially if it was on a weekend, I'm like, I don't have to know that. It's not school right now.
Because we homeschooled.
Right. So
What she didn't realize was always school.
So that used to be my answer for things. I don't need to know that. It's not school right now. The yarn is, hold on, it used to be Frog Tree Yarns. Now it's Sueño by Haiku.
I always want to say spring tree yarn. Remember that yarn?
Oh, yeah. No, this is Frog Tree. I actually liked their old picture and everything.
It's a cute idea.
Yeah, but
it matches your frogs.
It does.
Frog Tree yarn.
This, it's now Haiku by Sueño, and I think it's Seattle Beach is the colorway.
I think so.
Seattle Beach Tonal.
Which one is Seattle Beach Tonal? The brown?
It's not brown, it's gray.
I guess so.
It's like a dark charcoaly gray.
So it has some kind of undertone in it that makes it look a little less than pure gray, but
And
very
then
pretty.
then the white is the same yarn, but it's bare yarn. And I'm very close, I feel, to being done.
It's nice and warm.
Excuse me. We'll see how much I'll be able to handle wearing it.
If she doesn't wear it, she can give it to me.
But the thing is, I can't just give away one part of the set. It has to be the entire set.
She should keep it and just put this cowl away. You can do what Sheila's mom does with her cowl. She puts it back on her head like a headband. I don't know if it's quite as wide, but it made me laugh. It was really cute. It kept her ears warm, and hey, more power to her. I think they're in Minnesota or something, or Michigan or something, and they're very cold up there. So even wearing a hat is, you know, you can have that thing over your ears, over the hat, or under the hat, or the cowl, or what? Not the cowl,
but it
the
hides
hood.
all the color work.
Yes, well, not if you with that one you wouldn't put something on. We're not that cold over here.
No,
and that's warm enough already as it is.
But
okay, let me see here.
Yes, that is with this.
Okay, I'm trying to see where I'm at here. Okay, this one you haven't seen in a while. This one is in my Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn bag. Kim made this for me. I won it from Heidi. It's a cute little drawstring bag. I don't use my drawstrings over much anymore, but this one, when I got this one, I love it because Kim made it, but I wasn't sure I'd use it. I use this a whole lot because Kim has a snap, and I can snap this on my bags or on my purse or wherever, and I can work out of it. I just love this. So it's one of my favorite little bags to carry around with a little baby hat or something in it, and that's what's in here right now. It's the Little Boy Blue baby hat from the hand knit pull on baby hat by Ray of Hope, and I'm using US 7s on this. Chow Goose.
Part of me really hopes that Ray of Hope's first name is actually Ray, because that would just make me very happy.
Yes, it would. So this is, it's kind of like a ribbing, I guess. It's a seamed hat, and the ribbing goes up and down like this. I don't know if you can see the ribbing. Can you see it?
They can kind of see it, yeah.
It's there. And I did this one out during the trip. It makes me happy because it has different textures, and I don't think I missed anything, but even if I did, it's a pattern that lends itself. It's forgiving of mistakes, as long as you're not like in the middle. Like if you're purling, you shouldn't knit, you know,
right?
Or if you're knitting, you shouldn't purl. But other than that, I mean, if I miss up on how many rows of one or the other I do, it's just going to make a bigger or smaller rib.
Right.
So it's a nice beginner-friendly pattern. It will be seamed at the end, and I'm just using an acrylic yarn with this. It's the Knit Picks Brava worsted in the Sky colorway.
I didn't even know you had that colorway.
Yeah, well, it's been in my bag forever. I need to maybe find the other end of it and either cake it up or ball it up, because I love Knit Picks acrylics for like toys and things like that, but they do have a tendency to fall apart.
They do.
So I need to maybe get my husband will sit there, and his mom used to have him ball yarn when he was a boy, so I think it kind of relaxes him. He doesn't mind balling up our yarn for us, because I don't necessarily want it in a cake.
Usually it's you or Davina and he does it for, because I don't usually work from making balled.
I don't usually either, but I don't like necessarily caking Knit Picks up, because the same thing happens. For whatever reason, it seems to just kind of fall apart.
Right.
And so the best way for me to work Knit Picks, Brava worsted or Brava sport or whatever, is in a ball. Let me see. Do I have to do another one? Let me see.
Do you have 4 there?
2, 3, 4, 5. I have one more to do. Okay, my next one is... Okay, this is my Spirit, and I thought I would finish this one, but I didn't want to... well, you'll see why when we get to that point. I didn't want to finish it at this point. It's my Spirit cowl from the Enlightenment cowl pattern by Susan E. Kennedy, and I'm using a PQ hook instead of, they wanted like an S hook or something. It was this ginormous hook, and my hand can't deal with it. There's no control over it. I don't feel there's any control over the hook. And because it's so much bigger, such a large hook for the yarn, it's very difficult to control what you're doing with the stitches. And I just didn't like it. So this is where I'm at. I modeled it for somebody in the bookstore. I asked her opinion. She gave it to me. She was very sweet. So that's...
Random crazy person stopping her.
Yes. Well, she was sitting across from me.
Random crazy person.
I said, yes, I'm going to bug you. She was really nice about it. So, it's, yeah, this is kind of nice. It's very lightweight. Be nice for the spring or something. So...
Very pretty.
And this is the yarn. When I do the second one, it's going to be a completely different cowl. Because it's going to be starting probably either with the light gray or the light blue. So it's going to be it's going to be more blue than this one is. This one's kind of got darker blues and then the gray. And the bag here is my Ploverbird sheepy bag. I even have a black sheep on here. I think it was my bag I was thinking. Remember we were talking about?
Yes.
I thought you had something with a black sheep bag. Well, I think maybe it was mine. Because here's the...
You thought that the cowl or the hat had a black sheep on it. Is what it was.
Okay.
Because I don't have a lot of sheep bags. I don't think I have any sheep bags.
Yeah.
Or if I do, I rarely use them. Okay.
Well, I bought that bag. I love Ploverbird's bags when she was making them, and sometimes she didn't have the patterns I wanted. And I think she was either going out of business or I wanted to support her for whatever reason, and I wanted a bag, so I got that one because it was the cutest of all of them that she had available at that time.
So me next. Me next.
Me, my turn. Okay.
So in my Ploverbird Creepy Llamas bag.
Creepy.
Creepy Llamas.
Creepy.
So
I like the inside of this for this fabric. For some, I don't normally like stripes on much of anything, but it works with this.
yeah, I don't know, makes it kind of psychedelic. They're on acid llamas.
They're tripping out.
Yeah. So this is okay, I think I remember this correctly. The Off With Their Heads pattern by Faye Kennington, I believe.
That sounds right.
Is the last name.
It's on her project page.
Yes.
Oh, you made some progress.
I made a little bit of progress. Not enough that you can really see the pattern yet.
No, but you can see how pretty it looks. Has Davina seen it yet?
Yes, she still hasn't really expressed herself one way or another.
That's really pretty. I like that.
So the yellow is, well, all this is shepherd's wool. I can't remember the colorways. Hold on, this is still too new of a project.
So this one has to be washed, hand washed.
Well, I generally hand wash all my knitting.
No, but I mean for Davina to know, or whoever
Yeah.
you end up giving it to. I like this little stitch
So,
marker.
the yellow, which I'm actually should probably take it out of the bag because I don't end up using it again, is sun yellow. So,
And this was from our local yarn shop.
yes. So let me take that out of the bag.
We want to give her another shout out. That was
Knitter's Magic.
Knitter's Magic. I always want to say it's Magic Knitting, but it's Knitter's Magic.
And then the pink is, I feel like it's something with flowers.
Because she's awesome. They have
Zinnia pink.
Zinnia Pink. They have so many classes and stuff on offer. If we were closer, we'd be there a lot.
Yes.
And we're not that far. We're 30 minutes away, but it,
And then this blue is Misty Blue.
That's so pretty.
So the yellow is done for the hat.
That's a happy hat.
It will be a happy hat.
It's a happy
And you can't really, right now the color work just kind of looks marled because you aren't building it. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm building anything yet.
So pretty. It looks like a jellyfish.
So it's very bright, very much not in the spirit of what the designer was thinking.
Right. 2x2 or 3x2?
2x2.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to think about it a second because I have so many different hats with.
Right. I was just looking at it, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 2x2.
Which isn't giving anything away.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2x2. But yes, I've finished the ribbing in the doctor's office and started the color work. I had an older gentleman who, when I sat down, I was still actually working on something else at that point, And he was actually literally staring at me while he was waiting. He hadn't seen someone knit since his mother had.
Oh, that's
knit.
interesting. Huh.
So he was very chatty. He was waiting for someone who had an appointment. He didn't have an appointment himself, but he was very chatty.
You're messing me up. I'm counting. Stop it.
Thankfully, I wasn't counting at that point.
That's when you put it down.
Yes, exactly. But he was
That's
nice.
It's always fun when they do that. Okay, my next one is my night owl project from the Who Owl Help Cook and Clean pattern by Amy Marie. You can use US 7s on this. This is also Knit Picks, Bravo Worsted and Celestial and Dove Heatherway. And the bag is Plover Bird. This is one of my favorite Plover Bird bags. I just love this. Ooh, woodland animals. I made a little bit of progress on this. See if I can take the needle minder out. See, and like Talia, you can't really see. I'm just starting. I can kind of see where maybe the feet are going to be on the bottom of the owls.
It's a little early to tell. Really,
it's a little early to tell, but I did work on it. I had some quiet in the bookstore, so I was able to focus on what I was doing for color work. I caught myself knitting when I shouldn't have knit, so I had to tink back a little bit. And no big deal, you know. I caught it early enough, so that was fun. And I like these colors together. I'd like to do another one, if this comes out well, in the reverse. So I, can have the two and put them up like catty corner.
Right.
So that's that.
So you have to say about that? I think you have to do a second one.
I have to do my last one. Do you have one more? Okay. All right. My last one is in my Tortoise versus Hare Silver Shed USA Tortoise versus Hare bag. And I think this is the first one that we've done, the Tortoise versus Hare.
I feel like you are correct.
This is my Follow the Yellow Brick Road project from the Brick Mosaic Cowl pattern. And I did switch this. Laura Concert, Crocheting Hoovian. I tried this on the 24-inch and it was driving me insane. I couldn't see what I was doing. And I still don't like how much scrunched up.
I thought you were going to pull it out.
I wanted to show this first because I'm going to change projects, I think. Kay,
are you permitted to with your Lenten observance?
Yes, I already have the pattern.
Okay.
I already have the pattern. So, and I'm taking this one out to do something else. So because I want to continue using this yarn, so I'm not starting something all over again. I'm just changing the project because I'm not enjoying it. Because I don't like what it's doing here. If it was just a regular project, maybe, but I've got color work in this, and I will not be able to. It just keeps twisting on me, and it's driving me insane. So I will. Next time you see this colorway, it'll probably be in a different pattern. KF Jones, Bryony Bear on her pop, Bakery's Bear Fame on her pop with Dan has a colorwork cowl, but it's an unusual one. It's done flat, and then you seam it, and it's really interesting because it's the way it's constructed.
And it is mosaic.
And it is mosaic.
You do have to specify that when you say color work, because most of the time when people refer to color work, they are meaning stranded.
Now this, I was going to do this for Never Have I Ever because it's color work in the round. I'm still going to do it for Never Would I Ever because I'm using 3 colors this time. And I've never done 3 colors color mosaic, and I've never finished a mosaic as of yet. So that's what's going to happen. I just wanted you to see where I was at. I did do some progress, but you can see what's happening. It keeps twisting on me, and it's just driving me nuts. I can't get it to stay straight. I mean, it might be straight on here, but I'm not sure, and that makes me really annoyed, because if I start the mosaic and I'm not sure and then I find out it's twisted, no, I'm going to be changing this. And the colors I'm going to be using are these 2 and then this. And Kay has already seen this because I actually messaged her on Facebook. I said, hey, can you help me out with this? What do you think about, if I want the majority of the color to be green, how should I do this? And she thought that color A was, as far as she could tell, she said at the minute she wasn't able to tell what color
Right.
was more.
Because she wasn't far enough herself.
Because she wasn't far enough herself, but she had the same idea that I did, that color A was probably, if you want to have the majority there. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't mind if the gold is more, but I prefer the green because that's more my color than the gold. Mm-hmm. So that's this. You will probably see a different project with that next time you see it. Okay?
So it's my last one.
Yeah, and then you have what you have to do.
Yes. So, hang on. There we go. In my, well, there's 2 different bags in here, and I'll explain about that later. I'm trying to hide the bags, that'll give away.
Right. Right.
So, this project is, the project's called Ho 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 for me, and the pattern is Ho Ho Ho. And the designer is it Admiral or Captain?
Oh, right. Right.
Hog something or other.
I'm not even sure if it's either one of those, or that was something else.
It was something to do with pigs, because I kept picturing
Yeah,
the sea's captain wearing pig.
But it wasn't the captain, was it?
No, it wasn't a captain, but hold on, I'll tell you. I don't want to move off of my pattern, which is why I'm doing it on here. Because it sounded like a Hobbit name.
Was it General? No.
I don't feel like it was General, because I was picturing a sea captain. It was General. Okay.
Okay.
General Hog Buffer.
Yeah.
Hog Buffer.
I knew it was an Admiral.
Yeah. General Hog Buffer. And it's the Ho 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 pattern. That has, in fact, been started. I wonder why it said I had a message when I didn't. Okay. I thought Brittany said hi or something.
Well, she never says hi to me.
Because you're unimportant.
Yes, Brittany never says hi to me.
So this is a free pattern.
Brittany is very special to us. She knows I'm kidding her.
Yeah. I got size 16 needles because where my other Christmas stocking uses US 2s, this uses US 4s and the same weight of yarn. So it's wider, and the 9-inch cable was too small. I wasn't going to be able to see my color work. And the 24 was too big, so I got a 16.
Is that a bobble?
No, I'll explain in a second.
Okay.
This is a free pattern, so I don't risk giving anything.
That's quite a free pattern.
I know, right? So the yarn is different kinds of yarns. There's Mad Tosh.
Puget's? No.
No. This is Mad Tosh. This is Mad Tosh. This one's Joshua Tree.
Right, I always want to say it's moss, but it's Joshua Tree.
This one might be moss something.
That's awfully blue for moss, but maybe. Lichen, maybe?
Hold on. Oh, that's because it's not Mad Tosh, it's Knitted Wit.
Oh, right, okay.
This is Knitted Wit. The other one is Joshua Tree and is Mad Tosh. This one is Knitted Wit, and the colorway is Black Forest.
That makes sense.
Then I had to skein this up. Not quite a pug. This one, I had this just randomly, and I think I lost the ball.
Is that Knitted Wit too?
No. This was something I just had randomly. I had to look at my project page. I can't remember what that is because I lost the ball band.
I know I picked up a lot of colors that were in your flame colorway a couple Christmases back. I was just wondering if that was one of those.
No. I don't remember what this was. And this one here is Dragonfly Fibers. I picked this up for a sweater that I started and then ended up yanking out.
I know, I think.
Airport Hot Sauce.
Yay! Airport Hot Sauce. That's a pretty colorway. Dragonfly Fibers has good colorways.
And all of them have a little slight bit of variegation to, not variegation, to tonal.
Yeah.
So,
E.
So it looks kind of...
Now explain that. This is
yes.
not...
Okay. This bright green is not a part. It is holding a place, because what's going to happen is once I'm finished doing these stripes with the Joshua tree and the Black Forest, you can see the stripes. It actually pops out a lot better than I thought it was.
does. Here.
Hold on, it's kind of curling.
Okay. That's really pretty. It's more subtle than you usually do, but it's really pretty.
Right, it is more subtle than I usually do. But these colors won't be often playing against each other.
Right.
What it's supposed to be is you then knit this together with, when you're done with the stripes, you knit this together with the row below.
Okay.
You pull out your...
so you have the loops to play with.
Yeah, so you would, instead of sewing it down, which is what I've done with a previous project to make it more of a cuff, you knit together. And then what it causes is this... trying to get it to stay so I can show you. You see that edge that it gives it?
Oh, that's pretty, yeah. It looks like a peacock almost.
It gives it a peacock edge.
Yeah.
And a reinforced cuff.
That's good. That's really pretty, Taya.
So it took me a while to understand what they were going for, and then it clicked. I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. That makes sense. And right now it's fairly mindless because it's literally just alternating rows. It's not hard at all. But I look forward to getting to the true color work, because this is right now this color work's child's play.
Okay, cool.
Anyone can do it.
Even me. Okay. All right, what's next?
It's really fun my needles match my project.
Actually, it matches this.
It does, but it does.
It does. It does. Yeah, the little...
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because Joshua Tree, like all Mad Tosh, has a little bit of tonality to it. Although Black Forest also has a bit of tonality to it. All of the yarns I picked, none of them are just flat.
Flat, yeah.
But they aren't true variegated where it would probably mess up my color work.
Okay, so now what? I think you have an FO.
I do, in fact, have an FO. So, I finished this in the doctor's office.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Hold on.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
I want to block it, too.
That's fine. I would have to put it away anyway.
Yeah.
This is not going to hold anything. It's going to hang.
Although, I had one suggestion in the Color Work Facebook group I'm in. Like, if I wanted to put something in these, I could put a lining in there.
Right. No, I'll just hang it. It's beautiful. It's very heavy. Very... You know, it's... Well,
I used US 2s for DK sport weight yarn.
So pretty.
I mean, I'm using US 4s for the other one.
And no, was it Beezy Mama? No, Tanya Marie.
Yes, it was Tanya.
Me. Mine.
I thought that was hilarious,
I did
actually.
Too. I was going to comment on it with the little smiley face and stuff on Instagram, but I couldn't pull her name out of my head. Tanya Marie. Mine.
This is an I-cord here.
We love Tanya. She's hysterical.
Yes. It took me a while to figure out, like, oh yeah, they want me to fold it in. So you actually can't see my floats for Mom.
Right.
Because that's covering it.
That's cool.
It doesn't stretch very much.
No, not at all. That's why I don't want to put anything in. And I'm sure it'll get a little wider with blocking, but yeah, I would rather just have it hang. It's so pretty.
I'm thinking partially because I use the US... not the US 9, the 9-inch cable. But I didn't do that the entire time.
Yeah, I wouldn't see how that... I mean...
I think it's just partially the fact that there's the fact that I was using US 2s.
Yeah, if you decided to use US 4s with that, you would have had...
Right. But the US 2 is what was called for. In the future, I probably would go up a size or two.
It looks beautiful.
It definitely turned out well. I'm very happy with it. I just think that if I was to ever do any of her socks in her other ones, I think I would go up.
At least try and see what it looks like. You know, you can get to a certain point, you can tell if the color work is going to be too loose or whatever.
Right. But it turned out very nice. It's a very classy pattern. Someone else, when they did the lettering across theirs, they had a different font, and it was almost cursive-y.
Oh, right. I like this because I think the cursive, for my taste, might have been a little too much.
Right.
Because you have so much going on in here.
And it might have taken away from the main for us. But I chose this. They had several borders to choose from, so I chose a different border each time. This was the first border I chose, obviously.
Very much a sampler.
Yes.
Ah, sampler girl.
So there, but I think actually, and there's this border here. I think my favorite border is actually the last one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I really am very fond of that one.
Yeah. Oh, the hearts are cute too.
It's not hearts.
Down here?
No.
What are they?
It's just, okay, so your chart ends, your main chart ends here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like little...
No, not those. These.
Oh, that's just one stitch.
Oh, okay.
A knit stitch that's just
One color.
one color in the midst of a different color.
Right.
It's going to look like a heart because the natural shape of a knit stitch is kind of heart.
It's a V.
It's a V, yeah. So it's going to give that impression.
So little hearts.
Yes, Mom, little hearts.
Little hearts.
So very happy with that. This is Mom's. It will get blocked. Probably won't change a whole lot in size because I don't have sock blockers.
Yeah.
And not to mention, how would I find a sock blocker big enough?
Yeah.
I would need like a
man's.
A man's.
Yeah. And I'm not sure you could get this around the leg part of it.
Yeah. So it's very happy.
I like it. It's very nice. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so now, stash enhancements.
Oh, quick shout out to Dan and Kay. How many blocks is this worth for the Great Pyramid?
Right.
This is not the Run Walk Park.
Yeah, the builders.
The builders. Because,
knitters.
Knitters. Because you don't have Christmas stockings on there. And so, and I don't think it should be counted as
A sock.
a sock.
Or even a pair of socks.
I don't know.
Well, they'll tell us.
They'll tell us.
Kay's very knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. She'll tell us. Okay. All right, my next thing is royalties.
Yes.
All right, how many do you have? 2? Okay, I have, well, let me show the 2 that are inconsequential, and then not inconsequential, but this one's inconsequential. I bought it. And it's not what it is, it's inconsequential, but just that it was, past.
You're just, making
my shovel worse.
Making
Here.
your shovel worse?
Yes, this, I meant to show this last week. We got back from the
Yarn place.
place.
Knitter's Magic.
This is from Knitter's Magic, and I've got my stitch markers from Cappy in here, the ones I'm not using. And it says Blessed, and it was very reasonably priced.
Mm-hmm.
Knitter's Magic, our local yarn store, is
Because
very
that's about
reasonable.
as local as you can get.
Yeah, she's about 30 minutes away. I think there's one about 35 minutes away from us, the other direction, and we'll check them out. But this is the one we'll go to.
Yeah,
she's amazing. She has really nice stuff. She has a lot of classes and things like that.
it's important you connect on a personal level.
Yes, and we did.
With your,
We walked. I think we told you last week. We walked in there. I was like, "Oh, it's the podcasting people."
we didn't make it into the store.
No, we're like, "Where?" So it was very sweet. She made us feel very much at home, and she's a mutual friend of somebody else that we know from our Holy Family Institute. So
Yes,
that's really nice. And okay, so I have 3 after that. So do you want me to do one more?
because what are they?
This goes with your thing,
Okay,
and this is Davina. So I have this is from Cappy.
do Cappy first.
Okay, so
Then we can match things together.
I went to Cappy's shop because she was very generous in giving me yarn. We traded for 2 skeins of yarn, and then she gave me the bare yarn, and I wanted to make sure I bought the other yarn. So I did. I used the coupon code she gave us, but I did buy the yarn because I wanted to support her shop. And so this is another skein of
She's the one who got me interested in this tea, and this is still a good tea. I probably would still be able to taste it.
Yeah.
Davidson.
And I can give that to you if you want.
One of the few bag teas I do drink.
Okay, now this is going to be a little crinkly, so I can tell you what this is. I believe it's...
If Wendy hadn't run away, I would have given her maybe some Davidson tea for,
Right. This is a closer look at the yarn that she gave. I didn't want to take it out of my package. You can see you see the sparkles? It's kind of a gold. I think it's a gold sparkle.
no, it's silver.
Or is it silver? Okay.
It's silver.
This is very soft. Feel this.
It is soft.
It's superwash merino and lurex. And I really wanted to make sure I supported Cappy's shop because she's always so generous with us.
Isn't a Lorax a Dr. Seuss character?
Lorax, not Lorax.
I think they have a Lorax in there. I think it's Lorax for...
This is really pretty. And she
What's
did...
a Lorax anyway?
This, I'm gonna be using this bare, but in the future, if I decide to naked yarn, keep this clean. It's a family rated show. This Cappy did give me a heads up that I might have to use a little more color if I wanted to dye this, get the shades I want. But I'm going to use this one bare for the shawl that the shawl kit she gave me, and you know, I don't need to color it. I want it to be white, so just have that pop of sparkle with it. So thank you, Cappy, for this. She gave me tea, and let me see what I have in here in terms of tea. Hi, this is caffeine free, so if you want it, I'll give it to you. Yeah, they're both caffeine free.
And so, didn't care for the lemon as much. The one that I liked was the Bing Cherry. I'll let you have one Bing Cherry and the other two. Thank you. I just want one of them.
Okay, so...
And this one has honey in it. So you might be able to have it without sugar since you do less sugar than it.
So
yeah, I think all of this particular brand has honey in it. So you might be able to have it without sugar. I probably will still need sugar.
I highly recommend you check out Cappy's shop. She has supplies. She has yarn that she dyed herself. She does have the shawl kits there that we mentioned earlier. She's just very generous, and we are so excited to have her with us on the PHN T entails. She's amazing. Oops. And she's been doing, I have to ask her, she's been doing these felted silk scarves. Now, I'm going to show my ignorance. Cappy, do you wear those still, or do you hang them as a decorative art piece? Because I would be afraid to wear them. They look beautiful. It's not that, they seem like they might be delicate to wear. I have my hair. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Go ahead, Talia.
Okay, so, this one should be together. Davina picked up... You're rubbing them wrong together.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to make yourself clear.
I reached toward the thing.
Well, I wasn't looking at you.
Why weren't you?
Because I want to. Yeah.
Okay, so, Davina picked up Mom's, and Mom picked up mine.
Okay. It's a unicorn owl. A uni owl?
I'm not sure what you would call this. It's not a uni bunny, but he does have the hooves, so I guess that's how he is a uni bunny. He has hooves.
It'd be kind of hard to put a horn right there.
Yeah.
See, a uni bunny
and
a
magical.
Uni owl. They're magical. Mine's called Enchanted, is the name that I have on here.
Hang on. Mine is Bloomy.
Bloomy?
Bloomy, hop with me on a colorful rainbow, then we'll sit there and watch all the flowers grow.
Aw. Mine says, I was an owl when I was born. Then I magically grew a horn. I know that this is not the norm, but now I am a unicorn. And her birthday is March 25th.
His, or I guess it was her as well. April 25th.
So you're a little month younger. Cute. Absolutely love it. I think these are coming out for the Easter.
Probably.
I just love it. It's so cute. I love that. Ooh, unicorn owl. It's special.
They're soft.
They are soft. I'm going to put her right here so I don't lose her. Okay. Now what? Ready?
Yes. So, most of you guys saw this on Instagram already and on Facebook. I guess if you didn't follow me, not everyone's on Instagram.
Or Facebook.
Or Facebook. So, Davina got me a birthday gift that arrived a little later than anticipated, but that made it even better.
Yeah, it arrived.
Because it was a good end to it was a very rough week for me. Actually, after the podcast last week, I had another bad dizzy spell. Putting on my shoes, I thought I was going to fall over. But this was the bright spot of my week. A silver shade USA bag with Davina's artwork on it.
And did an amazing job. I gave that to her to do for Davina's artwork. And she just knocked it out of the park.
Yes, and the inside and the zipper pull says, for my sister with love. It's just perfect. And it's good for a colorwork project that has only 2 colors. Otherwise, that's too much yarn.
Or a small toy or a hat.
Right. because I'm in a color work phase, I wanted it to be something I was working on actively, so I moved this to that, which is why I didn't say what it was in.
Right. And then Anne, in her very generous self, sent 2 of these. And I said, Anne, who are these for? Because Anne
Is Anne.
is Anne. And she didn't tell me who they were for. So I said, who are they for? She said, one is for the talented designer and one's for the proud mom. So Davina has one of these and I have one of these. And ours does not say anything about the sisters. Ours has
Oh, okay.
this beautiful little polka dots. And I just love it.
Well,
I'm so happy to have
think
this.
I've already told Mom that at some point I'm going to have to purchase bigger versions of this bag.
Right.
So I can have a couple of different sizes of this bag.
Right. See, I thought,
Because it tickles me pink.
I thought the nice touch that Anne did on here was that she left the date on it.
Mm-hmm.
She left the date that Davina did this. I think it's January 27th, 2019. And so I just love it. I have something with Davina's artwork.
I think it says
from it.
21st on it.
Okay, I can't read it. So whatever it says. Davina did this. We talked about it for a long time, and she did the bunny. I said, Davina, why don't you have some yarn with it too? So she did. And
I feel like that turned out very well.
it's just adorable. It's a lop-eared bunny,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just adorable. And there's a story behind this. Is Oops.
Yes.
This is Oops.
Well, you guys know Oops.
Yeah, Oops. Well, that's Davina's take on Oops.
Yes.
And I forgot about the needles. I ordered 3 different needles. These are 2 of them.
Yeah, I didn't show the needles that I got when I was trying to find the proper size for my Christmas stuff.
Yeah, so.
And that's why the Christmas stocking is also moved to this bag, because the other Christmas stocking is done.
Okay, so that's that. That's the extent of our stash enhancements. Let me see here. Okay, so before we start with what Kay and Dan call the Endy Bits,
Someone else had a name for it, or maybe the Stallion Zombies had a name for the beginning part.
It was Administrati.
Administrati and Endy Bits. Yeah.
Right. So
To clump together 2 podcasts.
right. So this and Stalking and Zombies is a very good podcast if you want to watch it.
Anne's daughter is...
Anne's daughter is Amy.
Amy, yes.
And then, Megan...
For the longest time, I was convinced that Amy was Megan, Megan was Amy.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And I have...
Megan always looked like an Amy to me for some reason.
Megan always makes me laugh. She's always doing things like putting bags on her head and talking about leaving one sleeve here. She just cracks me up. I love her.
You both are similar in your... knitting styles, because apparently you both are the most inefficient knitters ever.
And then I just thought of the quote, most undisciplined youth I've ever met. Do you know where that's from?
I know that.
And I probably misquoted it slightly. I've ever seen, or whatever it is.
I think it's Star Wars.
No.
No.
Not even remotely.
Okay, give it.
Huh? I don't know. I want to see if they get it.
Nee. Okay, you see, the other one I was thinking, but I was like, no, he wasn't young enough for that, was, that was the other movie I was thinking.
Everybody's pixelated, except us.
Was that same movie?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
No, that was an old movie. If you get that one, you get extra points.
Oh, that's...
No more. No more. They're going to get mad at us. The reason I did that one is because they do that. Like, yeah.
You see, that wasn't even my favorite movie.
Of him?
Well, I don't like him anyway.
Yeah. I like that movie. It was kind of fun. But anyway.
There was a period of time where he was just way too made up.
Yeah.
It was kind of...
That was
he was a silent star,
He was a
wasn't
silent
he?
star for a while, yeah. So
although I did like the one Western with him and with Stumpy, I think it was.
Stumpy?
I feel like it was Stumpy. Maybe it wasn't Stumpy. He was with an older actor, and it was a Western. And I feel like the older actor died, and they were constantly, like, kind of at odds.
Oh, I don't think it was Stumpy, though.
Who was it?
You're talking about the guy who was a drunk.
No, they weren't.
It doesn't matter. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
We get sidetracked very easily. Try and think about, you have about 3 weeks before we have to start thinking about, gosh, that doesn't seem possible. So I think about what you want to do for autism awareness. I'm a little behind on getting started with the yarn dyeing for that. I don't have any yarn to show you this week. But I did update my shop. I think I put 14 or 15 skeins of yarn in there in like 7 colorways. So you might want to take a look if you're interested in that. I think what I'm going to do for autism awareness is have, if you're happy and you know it, and makes me happy, and maybe see the potential as colorways that will be specific, but any bright color will be acceptable. I'm still working on something for sparkle, for the sparkle along. I will try, if I get those things done up, I will try to have some kind of a code for that time period. If you want autism awareness colors in sparkle base, that can be done. I just need to know, but keep in mind that the sparkle base, I only have a supplier for fingering sock, DK, and bulky. Okay, so if you want that, I won't be able to do like a sport weight or worsted in sparkle bases. I will try to get more information to you, more specific information to you regarding those colorways sometime next week, by the podcast next week, if I can. Excuse me. The only problem is that we're a bit doctor appointment heavy this week.
Yes. Not just me.
Not just Davina.
Actually, I don't have any.
Ty doesn't have any this week. Davina's got 2, and I've got 1. And so we're going to be kind of parsing out the week. It's going to be kind of cut up. I will try to get these things done. Hopefully this weekend maybe I can get some of them done and see how I like them and to be able to show them to you and give you the options more specifically. But just think about it. As I said, I am thinking about, if you're happy and you know it, makes me happy, see the potential, you know, for the autism awareness specific. And then I have something in my head that I think about doing in sparkle weight that will only be available in sparkle weight at this point. Sparkle base, not weight. But if you have any suggestions or comments or anything like that, let me know, and I'll take everything under consideration. All right.
That leads us to ephemerize, doesn't it? Or I guess anything for
author
autobiography.
Autobiography, yeah. I don't have my well, I guess it is. I'm still reading Into the Gleam, but I'm not reading the same book I have down here. I'm reading The Power of Silence by Cardinal Sarah.
I have not read.
And so I've got a couple things. I picked up a whole bunch of things for Lent, so I'm kind of trying to juggle all those, which is proving to be a little problematic, but we'll see what happens. All right, do you have anything else for your thing here?
No, not really.
Okay. I am going to read, oh, I was going to ask you guys, I'm going to read you something, but I wanted to ask you if do you remember if we did, and I need to know so I don't repeat, because I don't want to repeat this for you if you already heard it. Did we read about the whimsical headgear?
I feel like we did not.
Can you let me know in the thread? If we have not, I will do it, or if you'd like to hear it again, I will put your comment in the thread, and I will do it next week. In the meantime, I'm going to read something else. So, did we read the whimsical headgear out of this book? Okay? All right. In the meantime, the Cowl region of South Africa, I'm not sure I pronounced that right. If anyone's from South Africa, you can let me know.
I don't think we have anyone from South Africa.
I want to say we have one person, but I'm not sure if they watch.
Oh.
The Cowl region of South Africa produces more mohair than any other part of the world, and all because of a sultan's mistake. In 1838, Sultan Muhammad, that's an unusual spelling.
I think that's supposed to be like Muhammad.
Okay.
I think.
I do not mean any disrespect. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. In 1838, Sultan Muhammad II of Turkey sent Angora goats, 12 rams, and 1 ewe to Port Elizabeth, South Africa. The rams were returned, and the Sultan believed the ewe to be infertile. Unfortunately for the Sultan, who wanted to maintain a monopoly on the export of mohair fiber, the ewe happened to be pregnant and she gave birth to a kid on the trip to South Africa. Thus the mohair industry in South Africa was born. From one little ewe lamb? Wow. Must have been one very fertile ewe lamb.
Maybe there was a couple of lambs? Maybe she had like
couple lambs that were female, and then they, I guess, that's interesting. So that's your ephemera for today. A little short and sweet. Let me know about the whimsical headgear, and we'll get to that one next week if we have time. Okay, anything else?
I'm confused.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, I apparently have a co-host who is very distracted. We are not going to be podcasting next week. Next week is the 16th, right?
It is.
So I don't think we're going to be podcasting this. I think next week is our Lenten retreat. So if we can't podcast on a Saturday, it's very difficult for us to podcast.
Yes, because I can't do it on the weekday.
So I think we will be seeing you not next week, the 16th, but the 23rd. So we wish you, well, before we go into that, we want to say thank you to anyone who mentioned us on their podcast. I think that we might have been mentioned on Vanilla Sock Pig podcast. I know Laura Concert mentions us a lot. So whoever has mentioned us, we appreciate that. I'm sorry that we can't be more specific. I'm a little behind on podcasts.
I'm very, very behind.
We do want to thank everyone who commented in the Ravelry thread. I tried to get to as many of you as possible. And the YouTube commenters, some of them, there was some comments going back and forth, so I'm not sure I hit everybody because there was a lot of comments I didn't have to respond to on the threads. But we do want to thank Ninja Chickens, Christina, Sue, Brittany, Eileen, Pat, Wombat of Doom 53. Yes, it should be Wombat of Doom Knitter or Wombat Knitter of Doom. Okay, for her
or
question.
just Wombat of Doom.
Wombat of Doom. Renna, I want to thank Angela, Brittany, and Catherine. Thank you very, very much for posting. We always like to hear from you. Very appreciative of that. And we want to wish you a 2 weeks. I don't think we'll be podcasting, so until 2 weeks. But if we want to wish you a 2 weeks full of every blessing and good thing, knitting, crocheting, whatever it is that makes you happy.
So we should, actually get some progress done on some things.
Yeah, we'll see. We hope that you have a wonderful time until we see you again. In the meantime, this is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 347, and that's a wrap.
Bye.